from the people who made your VCR, your DVD player, your TV, and your radio, and from the people who brought you the very first home console back in 1972, I introduce Magnavox. And what is this contraption that you see its name plastered to? Well, let me show you.
One, the only, magnificent Magnavox stereophonic high fidelity with long line diamond stylus tabletop record player straight out of the 1950s. Woohoo! Oh man, I love this thing so much. I've had it for over a year now, and I bought this at our house, Overrun with Antiques, in downtown Ottawa, Kansas, before I went to the Philippines last year, for literally $25, and out of everything that I've ever spent $25 on, this is the number one thing. Top it all off. I've shown this off in many of my record reviews over the last couple of years, but I've never actually made a video about this, which I've been wanting to do for so long, but I've needed the whole house to myself because this here's a big boy. This needs some space to pull out and talk about. But yes, this thing is so beautiful. Where do I even begin? Let's start with the speed, shall we? We've got 16, 33, 45, and 78 RPMs, which is practically going to cover it all, other than 80 RPMs. But you couldn't even play an 80 RPM on this table. It's too small. But yes, that's going to cover practically. The arm is well made, well designed, and quite decorative. I like the design on this. So as I mentioned with the speeds, this record player plays 33 RPM LPs as well as 78s, which, for those of you who don't know, you cannot play a 78 RPM record with the same stylus that you used for 33, because, well, nothing good will happen when you do that. It'll ruin the record and might even break your needle, which is never good. Needles are expensive. However, that's why I'm glad I have this record player, because see this little knob here that my thumb is resting on? Right now it is equipped to play an LP, 33 and 45. Flip it over, and now it is ready for a 78. The difference is, with 78, it dives down into the grooves more, and for the 33 and 45, it's more flat. It's more of like a dip. See that? 78's down, 33 and 45 are up. Down, up. That is one of the biggest things that I always look for when I buy a new record player, is can it play 78 RPMs, and not just that, but is the stylus equipped to the record player? Can I just flip it over, or do I have to buy a new one? Because that's the big thing to me. I've got a lot of books full of 78 RPM records, and I love to listen to that jazz and big band and get old music from the old days. On the right side, we have the automatic function, which I actually never use. I prefer to go on to the left side, to the manual play, turn it on after I've chosen my specific speed, grab the arm, needle, and let her rip. And I just demonstrated to you another reason I love this thing so much. Now you might think to yourself, nice Joy Division 7-inch, dude. Thank you. But this isn't a regular 7-inch. Whoa, man, that's paper thin. What is that? For those of you that don't know, this is a flexi disc. They aren't too popular, and in fact, they're not really made much these days, and very few people tend to collect them because they are nothing more than a literal disc with grooves, a paper-thin layer of film with grooves on them, which they tend to have terrible sound quality, and you usually have to pile quarters on them put a record behind it, and you gotta go through a lot of stuff to get these to play. I've talked about them many times before on my Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube, but this record player plays these beautifully just fine, mainly because the needle is so heavy, and this does create a backing for it. So yeah, my other record players, I have to go through a lot to play these, and I can just set that on there, hit go, and BAM! Rock and roll all night, son. Next up in the top left, we have the very beautiful and essential 45 adapter, which rests nicely in this black cup here. This is a very bold piece of material, very well crafted, very well designed. This is essential to play these beautiful pieces. You just take it, you move the arm back, you put it on the stylus, you turn it till it fits right, and you push down. Damn, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Then you go over here and you grab Herb Albert and Tijuana Brass, plucky, shall we say. You put it on there, push down, bam! Yeah, make sure your speed's on 45, obviously, and you turn it on, and bajausta. Beautiful! As you can see, it does sound very, very, very well. From low pitch to high pitch, this thing covers it all beautifully. No cracks in the speakers, nothing like that. I love the sound quality of this beautiful machine. Alright, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You just got off of work, you're exhausted. You want to come home and listen to some good records. But the problem is, you live with family, or your girlfriend's asleep, or your kids are asleep. They gotta get up for school at 6 a.m. You can't be blasting records at 3 in the morning, man. It's only gonna cause trouble. What are you going to do, though? The record player, even on the lowest volume, creates such loud sound, even on the quietest of records. Whatever shall you do? No fear, my lovelies, because our dear friends over at Magnavox had that very idea in mind. Because on the back here, you see what I got? Oh, wow, I got some snazzy headphones plugged in, because it happens to be 3 in the morning, and I should not be blasting Herb Albert and Joey Division very loudly. That's disrespectful to the neighbors and to anyone who can hear. It's a very loud record player. So what you do is, you flip it up to play music out the beautiful speakers, and you flip it down to play music through your headphones. See, watch. Oh yeah. See that? That is a beautiful feature right there. And the neato thing is, let's say you want to play it out loud, but you don't really want to unhook your headphones. No need. Flip them down. Play them headphones, flip it up, speakers, woohoo! Very consumer friendly. Like I said, this is the 50s we're talking about. This is amazing. Sometimes, you might need to get one of these adapters that I got. See, because technically, due to the size of the already installed headphone jack, I would recommend you buying one of these on eBay for $1, because most headphones today are this size, and they won't fit in there. So, you get this adapter, you stick it in, then you stick your headphones in there, and then you start rocking out. However, you can also go on eBay and purchase one of these longer cords. For those of you who wish not to be strapped to your record player, you plug that in there, and then you just take your small piece, you plug it in like that, you take your headphones and you plug that in there, and presto. I would highly recommend investing into one of these really long extension cords, because it's going to make everything a whole lot better. Trust me. And although it would take a lot of effort to do this, considering I've blasted it very loud, these are very durable speakers, Let's say perhaps you don't want these speakers anymore. You want something different. Well, there you go. All you have to do is take them out and put new ones in. Magnavox makes it very, very, very easy for you to do just that. Inside, we have the side speakers. Both speakers are nicely put in place. They're firm and secured. And if you need to replace them or doctor them or anything, the hookups are right in front of you. Very easy to get to. Same with the front speakers. Same with the power supply itself. Same with the turntable. Pretty much, if anything goes wrong, you're not going to have much difficulty at all getting in here and repairing it if you know what you're doing. Or the repairman or whoever you bring in to fix this thing or repair it or whatnot, it's all right in front of you. And I really appreciate Magnavox for doing that, because a lot of electronics, not so easy. I mean, it is a magnificent Magnavox stereophonic high fidelity with long life lasting diamond stylus record player. So yes, this is my Magnavox, and this is the best record player that I've ever owned, and if you ever find one, I highly recommend buying it, because I'd spend $100 on this easily. It's beautiful, it's wood grain, it's got a beautiful feel to it, it's got sliding doors, headphone jack, good internals, good speaker, good sound quality. You really cannot go wrong with this Magnavox tabletop record player at all. I've come across and I've used many record players in my time, but this one is by far the absolute best that I've ever owned. And it's actually not too heavy. It might appear to be heavy because it's a tabletop, but no, it's not. It's beautiful, high quality, and Anarka Akaza, highly endorsed and recommended. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. I've been wanting to do this video for so long, and I finally have been able to do it. If you learned something, awesome. If you just enjoyed this record player video, cool. You know, I just really wanted to talk about this. I'm not a scientist on record players, but I've been using this for well over a year now, and it, like I said, I spent $25 on it. It's the best $25 I've spent in a very long time. Trust me, I love this thing so much, and I'm sad that I can't take it to the Philippines with me, but I'm going to leave it at home with family, so it'll be in good hands. Anyway, I'm Akaza. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment down below what kind of record player do you own? And do you have a tabletop? Tell me about it. Just for dining.